Okay, so for part or number 10, they want us to take the rectangular points that are given and transform it into a polar coordinate. So we're looking for an r and we're looking for a theta. It says to use exact values whenever possible, otherwise we're going to round to two decimal places. Okay, so for this first one, for part A, I'm going to go ahead and draw the picture. So it would look something like this. So I'd go -4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I would have this point over here. If I draw that triangle here, this is worth -4, this is worth 4. So I know that this is a 45-degree angle because these sides are the same. So all I really need to do is figure out the magnitude, or sorry, not the magnitude, the r. I'm thinking of vectors. The r, so the distance of this thing. So I know that the relationship between a 45, 49, 90 is that these two are side x, and the hypotenuse has to be x rad 2, so that would make it be 4 rad 2. Sorry, it's rad 2. And then I need this angle over here. Well, I know it's a multiple of pi over 4, so if I just count 1, 2, 3, it must be 3 pi over 4. So in this case, the value, this would be our r and our theta would look like this. The r would be 4 radical 2, and the theta would have to be 3 pi over 4. Okay? All right, part B, I want 5 and I want 12. Well, r is just going to be the square root of 5 squared plus 12 squared, which is equal to the square root of 169, which is equal to 13. All right, so I have the r part. Now the theta. Well, I know that the tangent of theta has to be y divided by x, so 12 divided by 5. So that means that theta has to be the inverse tangent of 12/5. So for this part, you would plug into your calculator, and you would get an answer of about 67.38 degrees when you round out. So 67.38 is our theta, and 13 is our r. All right, so on that one, I would use a calculator. For part C, if I want to take the point 0, -5, okay, well, just think about where that point is. That's right here, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that point is right there. So I already know r, right? R would have to be 5 units long. So in this case, r would just be 5. And that angle would have to be straight down at just 3 pi over 2. So that one's pretty straightforward. So my answer for this one would just be 5. And then 3 pi over 2 would give me the polar coordinates. Okay, and then last one here. Look, I have 3.6 and -7.8. I would definitely use the calculator for this one. So I go, okay, r is the square root of 3.6 squared plus, -7.8 quantity squared. When you do all this, you get about 8.6 in the calculator, so check that to make sure that's what you get. And then to get the theta, we would do the inverse tangent of, -7.8 divided by 3.6. When you run this through your calculator, you got to be in degree mode, and you would end up with a -65.22. Now, that's not the angle that we want, because think about drawing this, right? I would go over 3.6 units and then down -7.8. 7.8. So the angle that the calculator gives me is this angle right here. That is -65. So we want to do the other one. We want to do the positive angle. So we would adjust and find the difference of 360 degrees, and you get 294 point, I think it's like 78 if I did that correct. Okay, so there's my theta and there's my r. So the answer, the way that I put it in the back, is 8.6 comma 294.78. All right, and there you go.